Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Sponge. No. Deuce.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Going for Jefferson downfield. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back. We will start here at the 25.
Watch the run. Double tight. 4 down.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a party now. Woo! Under 10. Switch. Kill.
Wynn's going to give this to Taylor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Tight end right. Hey, we got 3 down. SOS.
To throw, it's Wentz. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Touchdown, Colts. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Slam. Check 11 mighty. Coming. Double up. 11 MT. 36.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Paris Campbell, that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check the backer.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
82. I got 11. Too little, cover.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Wentz going to throw. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but some
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Take 4. Rip 5-7. Here we go.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
24 is the mic. Night, sweetheart. 24 is the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 24 is the mic. Come on.
Now Wentz. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Josh Jones in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. Remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 13. Mike 11. Thomas. In your face. Mike 13.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They go play action with Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Colts 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The mic. He's scared.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Here we go, back man. 180. Let's go. Hey, Grade 57.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hey, shift.
We got over here, over here. 3 down, 3 down.
Here's Wentz to throw.
Army.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38.
He don't want it. 24's the mark. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Wentz.
Championship, baby.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again, it's Wentz. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
74.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the first. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here we go.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete there to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Steps away to his left. And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
5-9.
Throwing now is Wentz. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
24 is the mic. It's a party now.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
You gotta step it up. 24 is the bound to lose one.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions, that puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Wentz now on first down. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On first down, Wentz. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
First down. Here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing on first is Wentz. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Get in the way. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Watch the edge.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Back to the same target, Campbell. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
58.
Right, 80.
Watch the
What is that?
Watch the run.
11, 11, 11.
Baby, that's baby shop.
58's the mic, 58.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2nd and 11 now.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 32-yard line.
Watch the shift. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, check 20.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. On the ball.
Here's Burrow.
Kill.
Flushed out right. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field.
Strong right.
11, Thomas.
3 down.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 63 yards. And the Vikings are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Vikings 49, Colts 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Sunday. You don't want it. 24's the mic. Don't get nervous. 24's.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw there taken in by Smith.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 42's mighty. 45.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Play action. It's Burrow.
I got you.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Play to win.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Here we go.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
24 is the mic.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Over the middle, complete.
Yeah,
it's
on.
Campbell. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Bang, 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 bang.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Joker. Check 26, check 26.
Working from the gun, Wentz.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
24. Hatchet. Shift.
Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Where's the mic? Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Switch. Watch twist. Watch it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Three down.
Hey, Rip 5-2, out here.
Get ready. 24 is the mic. I got you, punk. 24 is the mic. Who that? 24 is the mic.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Left side, Doyle with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Into the red zone, Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go. Side.
Mike's 59.
White 80.
After you.
What is that?
After you.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike, check.
Burrow looking to pass. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Room to run past midfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Second and 6.
Sunday.
Tight left. Hey. We got three.
To throw is Wentz. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.